Mama Bear prepping. So pour me a little drink. It's the evening time, early evening. You see the sun is still shining a little bit. It hasn't gone down completely, but got a little drink. We're gonna talk books, okay? We're gonna talk prepping and important books as a prepper. So pour you a little drink and let's talk about it. So books, no secret. I am a huge advocate of books, and I especially love books and pushing books in regards to prepping. Obviously, I'm a prepper. I'm constantly thinking about my family and getting us ready for the future, and specifically, you know, a future that doesn't have the internet and doesn't have, you know, Google that I can run to and get my questions answered, right? I need to be able to still learn and keep my mind sharp with certain things, right? So what I did was I have a ton of books. I never stop buying books. So all I want to do in this video is I want to go over my top 10 books. Okay, these are my top 10 right now. Now this is a topic that can change, you know, as you evolve. And now, not saying you just read a book and then that's it, but as you read it and as you evolve and as you get better at something, you know, you're going to keep it pushing and keep it moving. So I have several other books, and maybe some that I should probably push to you, but I think I have a pretty good mix here that covers kind of all the areas, and there's some of my favorites. Okay, so we're just gonna run through these, and then at the end I'm gonna give you some tips of where I find my books and where to go for books. Okay, so, and I'm gonna do a couple shout outs too, because there's at least two of these books that I specifically heard on other channels and I had to get it, and I freaking love them. Okay, so I'll tell you those ones when I get to them. Okay, so my first one, are you guys ready? This one never changes. It's the Bible. Okay, so the Bible. I obviously am a believer, and I think that this is such an important book, especially if you believe. I would say that whatever your faith is, whatever you believe in, whatever you gravitate towards, you're gonna want that book with you. Okay, so I'm not here to tell you you need to be a Christian or anything like that, but I am here to tell you that whatever kind of governs your beliefs, have that with you, because you're gonna need to have that to go to in times of need. Okay, again, that goes to our mental, physical, spiritual health. Okay, so to me, that's a health book. Okay. My next one is canning. So if you're trying to get into canning, I think this is the Ball canning book. I think if you're a canner or want to get into canning, this is a must-have book. I just picked it up at Amazon. And of course, it's packed with all types of recipes for pressure canning, for water bathing. I mean, you name it. This is just chock full of recipes, so that if you don't have your recipes written down, boom, this is a, you know, kind of how they used to do cookbooks back in the day. I'm not saying that cookbooks have gone away or they're still here, but this is so thorough in a specific food preservation area that if you're trying to get into food preservation and specifically canning, that's going to be your book. If you're learning, you're going to learn from your channels, but then pick you up a book like that has all the delicious recipes ready to go, so you don't have to go online looking for them. Okay. Now, this next book, Emergency Survival Manual. And I'm going to tell you why I like this book. It's just a little thin book, but let me just show you. Super bright, colorful. I love this book. I'm going to tell you where I got this book. I actually got this book in one of our, we get the battle boxes. Some of you might have heard of them. It's just a subscription survival box that you can get. They have different subscription plans. They're not sponsoring this at all. I'm not an affiliate. I'm just saying though, it's a subscription box that you get monthly. I got it, and 1 month we got this bad boy in it, and I absolutely love this book. I'm gonna tell you why I like this book. There's all types of stuff in here, from medical stuff to safety stuff. It's like a how-to. Hey, if this scenario or this survival situation happened or this crisis happened, this is what you do. It's very colorful. It's very short also. Like, it's to the point on whatever the topic is. I actually read this with my son. He's 11, and we actually just take a couple pages, a couple topics, and we'll just read it together and we learn together. And that's literally how, you know, he learns a lot of stuff so we can keep it fresh, because you have to keep it fresh for kids, because you'd be surprised, you go over emergency plans, and they still like, they're kids, right? They're still like squirrel, you know, and they're gone. But that's a fun way to learn stuff, and it's super colorful, and you guys can do it together. It's fun. Okay, so the next one I have is the complete medicinal herbal book. So there's all types of books out there. There's different channels or preppers have different books of these, so they're all good. I just really love this one. Again, it's colorful, it has a lot of information, it goes over all the herbs, it tells you how to prepare the herbs. When we got it, we started researching exact things that were wrong with us, right? So we looked up if there was high blood pressure, like whatever it is, down to menstrual cramps. Hey, what to do, menstrual cramps. So you can look it up with what the symptom is or what's wrong with you, and then figure, it will take you right to the page that has the different herbs that deal with that, and talks about salves and just all this good stuff about being able to heal yourself with medicinal plants, right? Plants and herbs. Okay, this other one is another fun one. It's always 365 survival skills. It's still to this day one of my favorite books. This was one of my very first books, and I absolutely have it. It's great. To me, it's a great bathroom book, because it has very short one-page topics, and it has pictures, and it talks you through it, and it's just fun. And it has all types of bushcraft type stuff, how to do traps, medicinal stuff. It's got some herbal stuff, flower stuff. It's got, you know, some medical stuff, you know, how to deal with heat, and different medical stuff as well. I absolutely love it. It has a lot of basic skills. I actually have probably like 8 or 9 books that are kind of in this realm of like, hey, 365, hey, here's 101 ways to do this, hey, here's 200 ways to do this, all in survival stuff, prepping stuff. But that's still one of my favorite go-tos. And again, it's a good bathroom book. Okay. All right. So I'm not here to scare you, but this is still one of my favorite books. And I think it's super important for everybody to learn the basics about this. Okay. So this is your book to learn about CBR, okay? So biological attacks, nuclear attacks, chemical attacks. This is the book that's written by somebody that was in the military, but in civilian language, walks you through, hey, what type of house you have, where you should hide, walks you through each one of these scenarios, how you would decon, what you would do when it immediately happens, right after it happens, in the days to come. It tells you how to work with your community, what's important, what things are important to remember. Very important, okay? I know this is a touchy subject, because, you know, you have people who are like, we don't prep for CBR, we don't prep for nuclear war, we don't prep for that stuff, because if it happens, we're all dead anyway. And I would just tell you that we're critical thinkers, and I'm a prepper for a reason. And I'm a prepper because I want me and my family to survive, and we're going to do everything in our power to do that, okay? So when it comes to nuclear weapons and some of these things, one, they're all a little different, okay? And if you just know the basics and have a basic plan of what you and your family are going to do, and have the basic PPE for that situation, that could mean the difference of you living or dying. Because it depends. Is it 1 nuke? Is it 2? Was it surface? Was it air? There's so many scenarios and variables that you can't really say if you would make it or not, okay? We dropped nukes on some people, and there's some people still living a little bit. But the point is, if you're trying to survive, you do everything that you can. And this book is great for everybody. It's a very simple book to understand and learn the very basics of what to do. If anything, where to go in the house, how to seal up the house. If you have a basement, where to go. If it's chemical, you know, where do you go? If it's biological, where do you go? Great book. Absolutely love it. Another one I read with my kid. Just so you know, page by page. You read a page, I read a page. Was fun. And now he kind of knows, oh, okay. All right. So this one, you guys, camping and survival. This is a shout out, okay, to Homestead Corner. My girl over there, she did this video, a video on her I think she did her top 5 books right now, prepping books, and this was her last one, and it was one of her favorites. And I said, oh, okay, that's because I love to learn from people. So when I see something new that somebody else is doing, I go out and get it, okay? And she was raving about this book, and after I got it, first of all, it's like a catalog, you guys. It's like a catalog, and there's so much information in here. This is a must. Like a lot of these, this is a must. The Bible's a must. This is a must. And of course, cooking books are a must. But baby, this is money. So I'm going to put a link to her channel, you guys, in my description box. Go check her out. She's been doing this for a while. She has all types of videos. She's my chick. I love her. And that's one of the best books that I've found through a channel. That I didn't already have, of course. Sometimes I come across books, but you know, I've already have them. But I didn't have that one until about 2 weeks ago. Love it. Money, right? So I'm going to show you my 2 gardening books. So I have an urban gardening book. Absolutely love this, right? It shows its containers. It's beautiful pictures. I absolutely love this book. I guess the guy's pretty famous or whatever, but like social media, but I don't know. Anyway, love that book. And then I have the Backyard Homestead. I love this one too because, you know, right now we're in an apartment setting and this is more appropriate for just learning the basics and learning stuff. This has basics too, but this is teaching me more about layouts when you have like an acre of land, 2 acres of land, like that type of thing. But both have great information about what plants can be grown by what plants, the time of year, just all types of stuff that's making me smart. I'm actually going to a ton of gardening channels right now to learn about gardening, but these books are amazing. And I usually just go to the back, find what I'm looking for, and go right to it. So that's 2 books. And I typically, in my favorites, I always have a couple go-to recipe books and a couple go-to, like the gardening is huge for me right now. So I've always had the Backyard Homestead book as one of my favorites ever since I got it, but I never really applied it until recently. Okay, so this is my favorite, and this is another shout out. So this is MD Creekmore, one of his books. Okay, I didn't even mean to do that. I just was online. I was just looking for different prepping books and just to see what would pop up or whatever. And this one popped up and I was like, oh, okay. The Prepper's Cookbook. That's kind of cool. Let me get it. Let me tell you why I love this bad boy. Okay. That's about how thick it is. Do you see how it's just so plain inside? It's just black and white and it's super simple. Okay. When I say simple, first of all, it's just full of recipes, right? It's all types of recipes. A lot of it is soups and stews, things that you would do in one pot, okay? And he's got simple canning recipes in here, okay? So it literally will just say, so like, look, rabbit, squirrel. This thing literally says 10 pounds of rabbit or squirrel, 5 cups of beef broth. And then it has one paragraph that explains how to put that in jars and can it. Like, it's perfect. Now, when I first got it, I was like, well, dang, this don't really tell you how to can. However, he has a huge section where he references where to go to learn how to can, all the appropriate websites. This right here is so simple and so easy. It is absolutely one of my favorites. And I love to cook. I usually just throw stuff together, but I love this because anybody can do this. If I'm down for the count, my family could easily take this and just throw something together really, really quick. It's not complicated at all. It's super simple. And it's one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. When I start doing, I'm going to be doing some videos later, okay? It's a little harder when you live in an apartment, but I want to do some videos of fires and cooking, showing people how to cook over a fire. And because a lot of that is one pan type ideas. And a lot of us, we know how to cook in the kitchen. We know how to cook, you know, in the crock pot or whatever. But I want to show people how you can do that over a fire. And I think this book is going to be my go-to, okay? So when I start doing those videos, I think I'm going to pull some stuff right out of there just to show you how simple it is and how easy it is, and you don't need that much, and it's not a lot of fuss. It's not fancy, and I kind of like that it's simple and not fancy. So shout out to MD. He's another channel that's really great. He's one of the first ones that I started watching many, many moons ago. So I will, and he has other books too, okay? I didn't even mean to buy his book, but I got to it and I ended up buying it, and it was his book, and I was like, dang, okay, cool. So I'll put a link to his channel in the description box as well. I just hope that you guys enjoyed this list. This is my list. I have a ton of other books. I would love to hear in the comments below what type of books that you have, books that you rave and love and you think you want to see if I have it. I have a lot of books, y'all, so I probably have it. But I still want to know, because it's like the camping book. It's like the camping survival book. If you pop off with a book that sounds amazing and you're like, I love this book and I don't have it, I'm going to tell you I'm greedy when it comes to books. I'm going to want it. So let me know in the comments. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please do so. If you're coming back, blessings to you. Thank you for supporting me so much. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the flip side. Super excited. Get them books, y'all. Oh, wait. I was going to tell y'all where to go. This is what the guy wanted. This is what the person in my sub wanted me to talk about. Okay, so real quick, because I almost cut you guys off and didn't even give him what he wanted. So this subscriber was asking about where do I get books, where to get books. And at first I was like, go to Amazon. Like, I go to Amazon. That's where I get a lot of books. It's Amazon, right? But then I started thinking about it and I was like, well, that's not true, Tasha, right? Although I do get a ton of them from Amazon, there's so many other sources. So some good ones, another big one that I actually use is garage sales. So when I'm out garage selling every Saturday, me and my kiddo, we go out garage selling. And when we go, one thing that I'm specifically looking for is books. I actually went last weekend and I picked up some books, okay? Some books on some herbal medicine, right? So books, I get them at garage sales. So Amazon, garage sales, you can get them from places like Goodwill stores, little used stores that you can go into downtown. Of course, bookstores, imagine that. Old-fashioned bookstores, used bookstores are the best. And then take a look at people's channels. If you're following any prepper, some of these guys actually have books like MD, right? Or they have affiliates to different sites and different books. And so when you go to their Amazon affiliate channels, their page, it might have some prepping books, okay, that you can get. And not only can you get them through Amazon or wherever they're affiliated with, but it will be cheaper and it will be at a discount, okay? So garage sales, Amazon, bookstores, Goodwill stores, used bookstores, and good old-fashioned garage sales. I'm telling you, estate sales, pick up them books, all right? I'm sure that there are some fantastic online, of course, if you have a Kindle and stuff, you can get books, but I'm a strong advocate of do not depend on that Kindle for your books. You need to get physical form books, okay? It's like anything else. You cannot count on that internet, okay? So that's it, you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Blessings from my bear cave to yours. Bye.